We back, baby.
We back. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Happy 2024.
All
Bam,
right.
bam, bam, bam.
Hope y'all good. We back here with episode 11, The
Mm,
Beauty in Black. For talks they don't want to have with Drake from Everything Culture and Shan from She Gets It Pod. You can find us on your favorite podcast app, Shannon Pods on here, and Everything Culture channel.
this
Okay.
thing.
Everything Culture. Okay. There's a channel on here. Please subscribe. Please share it. Let us know what you think. Leave a review. Either way, we've been here and we've been talking. We've been talking about Black, beautiful people in the United States and our upbringing and our culture and just greatness. Today, we're going to talk about more about how we great. Okay. I see it. You see it. We're going to talk about it. So today we are talking about what is the beauty in being Black?
Mm,
What do we find beautiful about it? Why it's beautiful? What do we love about it? What do we exude? How does it show up on each other? How does it show up in other cultures? And something that cannot be denied, something that cannot be hold down and shut away and hidden. Like we see it in the dances, we see it in the entertainment, we see it in the marketing. It's us. Y'all love us. Um,
we love us.
we love us. You know what I'm saying? Our kids just keep being better versions of us. And we want to talk about it. We want to talk about why it's beautiful, what makes it beautiful, what's so fascinating about us, and how there's no one feature, there's no one look, there's no one way when it comes to being Black and why it's beautiful. You ready, Drake?
Make sure everybody can hear Shane. I am ready. Yes, yes, yes.
I'm here. Drake's on TikTok, y'all. Everything Culture on TikTok. Follow that page, okay? He's known to make people upset. People love. People want to ask questions.
Hey, I may tell you a joke, but I won't tell you a lie. Let me
I
tell you that.
cannot. I cannot.
We here with the love, baby. We here with the love. Man.
What do you love
Mm,
about being Black, Drake?
what do I love about being Black? Is that the question?
Yeah, that's my question.
Man, what do I love
Mhm.
about being Black? Man, it's so many things that bring it to I don't even know where to start. I love that we're resilient. I love that we're passionate. I love that we're expressive. I love that we have such a sometimes toxic, but we have a sense of humor.
Yes.
I love that we're talented.
Mhm.
I love that we are just beautiful. I mean, from our hair, shout out to them Bantu knots.
Yes.
Hold
Thank
on, hold on, hold on. Let me make sure. Let me make sure. I ain't touch nothing. You can hear me all right, right?
you. Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. I love for the fact that we are in a point where I think I would say resilient, but we persevere. But I love the color of our skins, the variations that we have, the variation of our hair, the smile, all the lips. I love our lips, you know. So I value that a great deal.
Okay.
So those just a few things.
Um, I love our diverse backgrounds. I love that we can learn so much from each other. We can walk into a room and not know each other personally, but connect on another level. We know how to speak in body language better than other cultures, I believe. And our creative intellect, when it comes to looking at things from a different point of view in order to bring out different views from other people, is so amazing. Um, Down to like the entertainment of it all, how we connect across sounds and dances and different cultures, and how we can transcend across different genres of music, and our memory of it all, and how it shows up into our children, how we educate our children, how our children connect to what we do. And we could have a child that shows the expressions and the attributes from a great grandparent. Um, and it's something to see, it's something to witness. We can create the best things that we need out of the little that we got. And we don't feel bad about being able to do it. And a lot of times our creative ways get labeled to make us feel bad or less than. And it's so funny, like I want to say Ari had asked me what is ghetto.
Mm.
No. And the way that I explained it to her is not being in a state of not having control over what you have and where you can be, but making a way for you to survive in those instances. And I explained it to her through food. You know, you don't have access to this, you don't have access to that, but you have access to this and you make it work for days and days and days until you can get more. Um, and it might not look the best, it might not taste the best, but being happy that you have it and finding some type of joy in not the best circumstances. That's what ghetto is. And so sometimes people will physically leave a ghetto, but
Mhm.
mentally still have the mentality of, let me do this so I can stretch it for X amount of days and you have enough. And so a lot of times when it comes to Black people, we have so much that we carry, that we remember, that we take into different rooms and different levels of living, that excel us in other places as far as like careers, because we've had those struggles, and
Mhm.
we just make it look good.
Yeah. Oh, can I also introduce you? Asked me what else I love about Black people. I
Yeah.
love the how we celebrate, how we party,
Yeah.
how we rejoice with one another, how we praise. It's 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 just it's the sauce, you know. He just got us something je ne sais quoi, you know. It is something amazing that we possess that other people will try to mimic, but they try to mimic it, but they can never replace it.
Yeah.
They can never achieve the type of connection we have with the feel, the flow, things that come from our motherland. You know, these are things that I always recognize what we value. Fix it, we'll fix it. But hey, y'all, but the thing what is beautiful about us is just worldwide, we are new, we are once again, other cultures come from us, you know. And the culture that, and when I'm not talking, because we go all the way back to Africa, we got to admit that's where our beauty comes from. But being here and we're mixed with different tribes, we're a blend all together. Not only tribes here in America, but tribes from Africa too.
Right.
It was something that the horrible experiences that we received made us to something beautiful as well. And trust me, colonizers, you get no credit for that. No, they don't like, they don't like thank you. No, it don't work that way, my G. Don't work that way. Um, but yeah, I just love how we could continue to grow and see better in ourselves too. It's not always the case, but that's something I value about our community.
Facts. I think Black culture as a whole, it's made up of unity, community,
Mhm.
um, finding something to have joy about, something to be proud of. There's a lot of power in being Black and coming together and making something out of nothing with Black people and showing any type of resistance against togetherness because you're Black.
Mhm.
That, okay, you could do this, you could do that, you could do this, but we still gonna push through. We still gonna show up. And I think that's what was a lot of the aggression and hate with the Black Panther Party is how they didn't have their hands out for the government to do something. They grew together and they made something happen and it worked. And I think a lot of times today, as a society, we often forget how powerful we are in our people and how the things that we may need that we don't have, if we group together with our people, we can make that happen.
Absolutely agree.
And
And no, go ahead, go ahead, go ahead.
I think people who can reach out to so many like you on your platforms and people who are in the community who may group together to feed the homeless or clothe the homeless or give books back to the kids or set up for backpacks. That's a form of community. And now we can see how there are some laws against feeding the poor or having certain things that you're not licensed to go ahead and do for X amount of hours. But if it's planned correctly, we can come together and we can make it happen. And one thing that I appreciate about us over different generations is we have all had a level of resistance against something that we want to do. And we've always found a way to bypass it and make it happen. And if we couldn't make it happen that way, we found another way to make it happen. And we just keep persevering beyond what they feel like we shouldn't. And if we don't keep that up, I think the faith and the encouragement of our kids and the youth behind us is going to feel like they can't. And so that's why
Absolutely.
it's very important to see. I love when I see kids younger figure out how to have a better life than I'm living.
Mhm.
And
Ooh,
in
I
in a,
can
in
talk
a,
about
in
that.
in a healthy way, you know what I'm saying? In
Yeah.
a good way, in
Yeah.
a progressive way. Like children figuring out, they can start going to college at 13 and children inventing things. I love seeing kids doing math at age 2 on TikTok. Um, really using their smarts and their intellect on a higher level to encourage and push forward us
Mhm.
and how we step out of boxes. We might be given boxes to stay in, we step out of them with grace and determination and desire. And we just push through. And when it comes to just Black beauty in itself, is you can't look at not one person and just say they're Black because they have all those 5 features that we check off. We look so different. You know what I'm saying? Our features are different, our eyes are different, our hair is different, our body structure is different. Our hair is different. The shades of us. What other ethnicity has so many shades? And it's just beautiful. There's not one way to be Black.
Right. Um, and the complexity of the shades of us and the complexity of our culture in
Yeah.
total as well. Um, I just you look at magazine, like I ain't saying I'm talking about the beauty. We talking about the spirit. We're talking about the actions. We with the looks. Once again, we talked about the hair just for a little bit. Once again, let's give like can we give a hand to the Bantu Knots, y'all? Can we shout out to the Bantu Knots, Shan
Oh,
Sporting on? Look at it, put it together, put it together. We talk about the jewelry that we wear, from the earrings to the rings on the fingers, the necklaces, the Bantu, from the gold all the way to just the bamboo. It's beautiful. We have to admire and recognize the clothing, the fashion, the ingenuity that we have for just what we put together. Um, I can talk about the curves. Lord, I don't want to get too detailed on here, y'all, because we gonna take it to a whole different space. It's late. It's late at night when we're recording this, but it's amazing. Shan, we need to learn how to stream this. People are asking. They want the conversation.
I know.
Come on,
Maybe the next episode
like
we might do it.
we got to miss y'all for this one. But man, it's just we just amazing people, and I hope we can see that more, see that in us. So we can expect everybody to see in us, but we need to see that in us more than anything else.
Yeah. So when I thought of this episode, I said I could talk about us all day and it'll be the longest episode ever. So
Hmm.
to make 5 good points of the beauty in being black for me. My number one point would be Black Americans have every reason to retaliate against the US government for what we've gone through, for what we're still going through, and we choose peace. We choose peace. We choose to prosper despite it. Um, we choose to get up and make the best out of it. And that in itself is beautiful. You know, we're not standing still, we're not stagnant, we're not complaining and not doing anything. We're thinking, we're moving, we're growing, we're building, and we're not making what has happened just sit and happen to us. We're going against it and we're showing them that despite those things, we still persevere and we still push through. So I think that's one of the most beautiful things to see out of us living here in this country, that we're told to every day, why don't you just leave then? When initially a lot of us, this is where we grew up. This is what we know. Our people were here. Our people are here. Why would we leave?
I remember when we first started doing this, it was like, why don't I leave the South? My people here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't abandon my folks. And I realized what's going on. My roadcaster disconnected from my phone. So that's what's going on. But yeah, it's one of those things where, whew, that is such a convoluted approach to take, man.
Yeah.
And it leads into the peace and the grace that we have in our hearts.
Mm-hmm.
That's the best way I can put it.
My number 4 thing is Black people have the best shades of skin, like I said earlier: dark brown, mahogany, caramel, light brown, almond, toffee, golden. The people of the African tribe, the Melanesians, they have that bright, beautiful blonde hair and still have a caramel skin tone. And it's just like, imagine the tribes of people and the lineage of people that history has tried to erase that are us, that we don't know about, the languages that we don't know about, the different dialects that we don't know about. And it just, I feel like every year I'm learning something new about being Black.
I like that ideology a lot. I'm learning something new about being Black every year.
Yeah.
Ooh, since doing this podcast, when I say I already knew we were awesome and amazing, I knew that already. But having the factual evidence and historical knowledge of it is a whole different experience. And it's comforting
Mm-hmm.
at time. Now it's hard at times. It kind of will upset you to know, like, man, we've been lied to all this time, and we've been bamboozled, what is it, hoodwinked, all that.
Yeah.
But it also confident, like, hey, we are awesome folks.
Mm-hmm. We for my number three, we dress the best. I believe our style is the most duplicated across different cultures and ethnicities. Um, I could go to Tokyo right now, and it's a whole bunch of people who are not Black, dressed like my people, hair like my people, um, speaking like my people, the mannerisms of my people. And just knowing that we have that effect on different cultures and they don't even come from the parents we got. They don't even have the grandparents we got. They didn't sit at the tables every Sunday that we had to. Um, their values are different and they still choose to show up as best as they can to be us and duplicate us. The actors and actresses that come from other countries and come into America and do shows and TV shows trying to emulate Black Americans. It's us. Like, I can't go a day and not hear a commercial or an advertisement that doesn't show Black, sound Black, come from our culture, uh sprinkle a little bit of us in it to catch the attention of us. We everywhere. We
You gotta
everywhere.
throw that melanin in it, and we gotta be wise and understand that before they wanted to have us without us being present.
Yes.
They want that. That's been the history of us so long. But even like I'm everything culture. I don't mind if we share cultures and build new cultures. I don't mind as long as you put respect and acknowledge where it comes from. That's what I'm always saying. When you don't do that, that is appropriation. Okay.
Mhm.
And just recently, also on Twitter, I don't know what Asiatic country this come from or community of culture, but they were doing, Memphis juking.
I saw that.
I like, oh Lord, because it was horrible. It was bad. It was bad. And the thing is, like, don't. Oh,
I saw
and the
that.
thing is, you can't deny where that comes from. That don't only come from Black people. That don't only come from America. That come from Memphis. That come from Tennessee. Okay, that is a very specific area that is created by Black people. That is very specific style of dance. You can't not trace that back to nothing else.
Right.
That is us.
Right.
Okay, just put like once again, you're not good at it. You should practice a little bit longer. But I hope you supporting us. I hope you paying for it. I hope you showing and the efforts that we putting into it.
Right.
But it even made me think it was something else I saw recently that I like. Oh, what was it? What was it? Was it a dance? Was it? Oh my goodness. I can't even think right now, but it was something that caught my attention. That was like, this is another sense of appropriation. I've seen when people like, our voice, our tone, our style, our dialect. Okay. Um, the Asian woman that has the quote unquote black scent.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying I just sound like that. And somebody said it best. I love that comment so much. Somebody said, I want to see what she sound like around her mama.
Ooh. Yeah.
That's when you say you sound black and you sound that, talk around your people how you sound. That's how you sound.
Mhm.
And we once again, you can imitate us all day and just show us the respect.
Mm-hmm.
It goes all the way back to tap dancing.
Mm-hmm.
You take from us, you benefit from it. When we see that y'all making money off of things that we create, why don't you just pay us? Going back our last episode talking about reparation, pay us what you owe us. But it's kind of like you would rather take our content, copy it, put it out there. Let me get the money. That consumerism, that stuff, that's stealing.
And even if it is us, it's like it's hard for them to celebrate the fact that we did something great. It's like we're not allowed to be celebrated. How dare we be celebrated?
Once again, shout out to Little Richard. Um, Shout out to Little Richard. Shout out to James Brown. Shout
Yeah.
out to a lot of innovators of soul and music. They expressed numerous times that how they sing their songs, and it would come in, and white counterparts or white artists would try to, dub their music over. Okay, and I'll never forget, was it Tutti Frutti,
Mm-hmm.
and how they showed in the film how they would trying to make Tutti Frutti clean and that little the white pop. And when Little Richard found out that's what they were doing to his music, he started singing Tutti Frutti super fast,
Mm-hmm.
super loud. And the people could not catch up with it. They be like almost having a meltdown. It's like, what's going on?
Yeah.
Like it's like, yeah, I gotta show you the type of talent that I'm producing.
Mm.
And it and when people hear one side, like hearing me, I can imagine growing up in the 50s and the 60s. You understand?
I
And hearing
say this
music,
all this time. I said God knew when to create me.
God knew to create me too.
Cause
Wait, God, thank you, Lord. I'd be like, maybe I got an old soul. I think, I should be in here like another 10 years before, but I digress.
same, but I don't think I would be able to hold my tongue or not
You know me. You know me. People trying to cancel me over being like
respectful.
being respectful. I'm like, what?
Oh man.
But yeah, that's life though. That's life though. But it's
Yeah.
just what we go through.
Yeah.
Cause we have changed too. Going
Oh
back to that.
yeah.
We've changed, and even though I may not agree with all the changes, I am thankful for us to have the ability to change, having that freedom.
Mm-hmm.
I will say that.
Mm-hmm. My number two, the way Black people celebrate each other is beautiful.
Mm.
Um, the way we come together and share sorrow, joy, um, try to morph anger into productivity, is beautiful. Our laughs are so big and so different, and some of our laughs make us laugh. I was watching this video today. I think I posted it, where this photographer was walking around the city finding people he thought that was interesting and taking pictures of them. And he
Mm.
found this African guy walking that's really peaceful. And he stopped the African guy. He said, could he take some pictures of him because he finds him interesting? He said, okay. He was like, where would you like me to go? And he walked, he took some pictures. He was like, um, so he was like, you just look so peaceful. He was like, where does that mannerism come from along those lines? He said it comes from pain, a lot of pain. And he basically asked him, what's so great about life? And he said, life itself is a gift. And I think a lot of Black people have gone through a lot of hardship, and how we turn our hardships and our anger and our disappointments and our losses into a form of peace is amazing to me, because it's so easy to react and lash out or create chaos because someone created chaos in your life. But to find peace and solitude and carry that in a way where it reflects peace onto another person is that's amazing to me. That's amazing to me. And I think that's one of the greatest things that other ethnicities don't trust, that regardless of everything that they have done to us over decades and hundreds of years, that we still find in ourselves a level of peace that they cannot fathom or understand. And we're brilliant and we're funny and we're loving, and we find a home in everything we create. It might not be the best, it might not be the biggest, it might not be enough, but it's enough. We make it enough.
So that's that perseverance once again.
Yeah.
Is bred. Once again, it's in the empathy we have for one another.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I hate that I have empathy,
Why?
you know, because once again it kind of been bred to my human nature, my ear that um I should tear people's heads off more. I should be petty. But that's not what God put in my soul and my spirit within my community and my culture. And knowing what we've been through, we are just as capable of hurting each other too.
Mm,
So showing that, me being on the other side is continue to have empathy with us because we are caregivers.
mm-hmm.
We're nurturers. I'm a fighter, don't get it twisted. But it's also to the point that that love and that understanding is one another, and that how we build community is so valuable to who we are.
To have empathy when you know you can make it something else, um, that's again power in being who you are. I've ended a relationship with a great person because they didn't have empathy. And I think empathy translates into emotional intelligence that you have to have in different areas of your life as a Black woman or man. Um, I feel like my mom wishes that too. She wishes she could be a bit more no stern. I'm going to show my emotions and do this, but we are who we are. Despite where we come from, despite what was on our plates, on our shoulders, what we carry, and we deserve the room to be who we are supposed to be, who we want to be, um, and see the fruits of our labor while we grow and our family grows. Number one of why I believe there's so much beauty in being Black is we are powerful, we are determined, we withstand a lot, we show up a lot, we give a lot, and I don't feel like we box in our thoughts to create, our thoughts to expand. And a lot of other cultures may feel, if it's not going to help us, we're not going to do it. I don't feel like we have that.
And
We
some people, it goes back to what I was saying earlier. Some people want us. So, for instance, having talking about everything culture. I'm a black. If somebody legit asked on Twitter, I don't know if they had ill intent, they probably did. But once again, when I met them with respect, I think they recognized the God in me. I would say they bigger than anything else. And they was like, okay, for instance, they asked like, why do you have everything culture and you're black? Well, what kind of sense does that make?
Ooh.
Like, hold on, let me read exactly what was said if I can find it. My notifications been crazy. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah. Can I ask you what you mean by podcast for all cultures?
Mm,
How are you black and proposing to be a podcast for all cultures?
mm,
Mm, limiting me. And I explained that we make sure I'm saying everything correctly. By doing so, we bring other people on from different backgrounds, traditions, values, all that. That's what, I listed what you can see on our website. You feel me? And then the person asks, what other cultures do you represent? And I said, American, Texan, Southern, Christian, heterosexual,
mm.
CPS, HR, gaming, gym, having an iPhone, Apple, Twitter, TikTok, and a few others. And once again, everything is culture.
Yeah.
So I just find it unique still to this day. I've been doing this podcast going about to go on 5 years in February. That people don't understand a black man can learn and discover and communicate with other cultures.
And it doesn't solely have to be about black.
Correct. Because right now we're talking about black,
Yeah.
and we've been doing a hell of a job. High five, Shan. Okay.
Yeah.
And we still have the ability to have empathy and love for other people and the knowledge and the respect to
Mhm.
explore. We're great. As I say, this is something that people really didn't expect. And when I loud it out, it was no. Once again, some people just don't know. They try to antagonize. But once again, when you speak higher, once again, I'll be on my Michelle Obama. I go higher. You know, I step on them. One thing I learned: when you roll in the mud with pigs, you're gonna get dirty.
Mm.
I, if people, calling you down, why I'm gonna take the time and like I'm too clean. I'm feeling too good. You can't even reach me. You
Mm,
can't even get in the club. Well, I'm gonna go outside to argue with you.
mm. Yeah.
Like I got a platform that's steady growing. That I'm reaching people that you may not ever have conversations with one on one,
Right.
but you can't understand that. And my responsibility is to continue to move forward. I can't stop and just explain it to everyone. I got to show by an example. Sorry if you feel ignored,
And
but that's all right.
you have many examples.
Many, many. My reputation is pretty solid, and I thank God for that.
Yeah. We're beautiful people. And no matter what's said, what's done, they can't hide that. They can't box that. They can't erase that. And that's that.
Got more to come.
Should be proud of it.
We are somebody.
Mm-hmm.
Black Lives Matter.
Mm-hmm. We do. Anything else you want to add?
I think this discussion here has been very fluid. Like our last one, we was 1, 2, 3, 4 to 10. This one has been like a certain type of a how do I say beat bop. It just felt like more of a freestyle and just going, just talking about us. And I think that also showed the fluidity of us once again by creativity and the way we communicate.
Because for me, it's kind of
Like
like,
this should have been an edible episode.
oh Lord. For me, it's kind of like, how can First of all, like you said at the start, where do we start?
Oh, you taking it all the way back.
Where do we start? How can you deny us? Whenever you want to push a brand, you put the darkest one of us in your clothes.
Mm-hmm. Okay, not all of them. Not
Not
all
all
of
of
them.
them, but
They're
of
gonna try to put a lighter one sometime, but
course, but top models, high fashion, they're going for the one that stands out the most exotic.
I was just about to say that we are exotic ourselves. When people be talking about
Right.
they be looking for exotic, we are exotic.
But when show me an area of marketing and entertainment and creativity where we were not involved. Our likeness was not involved. You won't find it. You won't find it. To catch ears, to sell anything of taste, anything of smell, anything of sight, we're involved. We could be in the back helping making the picture look good. We could be on the field. We could be sewing. We can be helping with the writing of the song, the script. We are involved and we're involved. And we're involved for a reason. We're involved because you see us. Not only when you feel like it's convenient. And we need to know that, understand that, walk into rooms with our heads high. Our children have to see it. And not carry a doubt about us, because there's no doubt about us. We are very bold, evident, and we're here. We're not going anywhere. There's not a short of us. Okay? We're beautiful people. And when we travel, we need to know we are beautiful people and not be afraid to say that we are American Black people. And if somebody needs that explained, we can explain it. And to say who we are is no knock on who you are.
Mm. Say that.
You know?
Say that right there.
I come from two Jamaican parents. That is not a race. That is their culture, coming from an island,
Nationality.
their nationality, their upbringing, and their parents each come from a different culture. And it just keeps branching off and growing and growing. So we're made up of many people, literally. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful to see, it's beautiful to learn. And we have to keep learning about it.
Absolutely.
All right. This has been another
Absolutely.
one, episode 11 for Everything Culture, and She Gets a Pod. Talk
Collab.
hopefully these talks you guys can learn from, share. Let us know what you like about the episode, what you like about being Black, the beauty in being Black for yourself. And share it with your family, share it with your kids, share it with your parents.
And
And
if you ain't Black, what do you find beautiful about us without fetishizing us? What do you find beautiful?
okay. But we appreciate it. Thank you for listening and watching. And
I'm gonna work it in. Peace.
look at those balloons. Yes, Lord.